REI Sift just allows me to speak to more people. Like, why do people waste so much time talking to this person that's already said I'm not interested, or this is the wrong number? It wastes time, it wastes money. You know, REI Sift was just a tool that I was missing for a while. And man, I think since I started using it, it's like been like $500,000 in profit, you know?
Yeah,
in,
that's awesome.
in a little over a year. It's
Yeah.
like
That's crazy.
mind blowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up, REI Sift? Welcome to a brand new video. My name is Mason Bruner. I am the content creator here at REI Sift, and today we are in lovely Tampa Bay, Florida. And what we have going on here is we're actually here for a mastermind. And by we, I mean Tyler Austin and I. Tyler is the founder and CEO of REI Sift. He's in the mastermind currently, so I've been up in the hotel room working on some projects we got going on. But in the meantime, you know, I thought I'd reach out to one of our users. We got a lot of guys in this Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Florida area, and I wanted to reach out to one in particular. His name is Kevin Hernandez. He's crushing it with REI Sift. So what I wanted to do is reach out to him, have him come scoop me from the hotel and show me what he's got working on. Conveniently, we're in Tampa right as a massive hurricane's coming, so hopefully we don't get blown away during this video. But he'll be here shortly. He'll scoop me up in the car and we'll head over to one of his properties so we can show you guys how he's leveraging REI Sift to crush real estate in today's market. So let's go. Without further ado, I'll see you in the car with Kevin.
My name is Kevin. I've been doing real estate for about 3 years. I'm 26 and got started really young, but originally I'm from North Carolina. I came here because I had a gig with AT&T. I had gotten promoted and they promoted me here. I had never been in Florida before. Started working for AT&T store in Wesley Chapel, and I was living in Tampa. Within 3 months, like, I got fired, and actually that was a blessing in disguise because, you know, it brought me to where I am now, and I responded to a job on Indeed for acquisition manager for another wholesaling company. And at the time, I didn't know what kind of real estate it was, but, you know, I was thinking like, you know, the traditional real estate agent kind of thing. But it was actually wholesaling, so it ended up being amazing. And I worked with that guy for about a year. And then I partnered up with Adam Nasir with Smarter Contact. And, you know, thankfully, like, I've given so much effort into everybody that I've worked with, like, in terms of effort, you know, like, I really pour my heart and soul into everything, and it translates into, you know, my conversations with the sellers. Tyler makes a good point. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So I take that to heart, and it makes a lot of sense because people can feel that. Like, if your word is everything in this business, and that's really one of the ways that I got this house. So this house was a probate lead, and it's actually a really nice cookie cutter neighborhood. You know, we got it for $290, I want to say. How many rooms and bed? This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, open layout. You know, you got a big living room right here. You got the kitchen. All the bedrooms are on this side. Got the 2-car garage.
You said you scooped it up off of probate, you said?
Yeah, it was a probate lead.
And then what kind of marketing, or how did you acquire it?
So actually I was pulling it up. So if you want to show the camera.
Yeah.
Just
cover the name, or maybe
this is the Smarter Contact. And I had reached out, you know, the same day that I texted her, I came and took a look at it. So one thing about real estate is you gotta take massive action, and you gotta be a person of your word. So I got on the phone with her after I established, hey, this person's interested. And originally she wanted like a lot more than what I could offer. But I came out here, you know, with an intention of getting to know what her situation was. So her husband had just passed away, and she was really distraught. As you can tell, the house is really dirty. she kind of told me like he was kind of the main driving force around her life. Like he kind of kept everything organized, you know. And when I first came, it was a mess, you know, probably worse than this. And she was like, you know, he'd be so upset with me if he saw this, but she's like a paralegal, and you know, she has a pretty stressful life. She has a grandchild. Her daughter lives with her, but she wanted to downsize. You know, she realized that this was going to be too much for her, so she wanted to downsize. She wanted to sell the house. They bought it, you know, at probably like half or less than half than what it is worth now. And as I mentioned, she had higher offers than mine. And I asked her, I was like, why do you choose to do business with me if my offer, you know, was less than? And I love to ask those questions without fear, because I really want to know the truth. Because if someone tells me that they really need the money, I'm going to push them to go with an agent or, you know, a better option. But she said, look, like, you seem like you can help me out. You seem like you really, if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. And that meant the world to me. The only reason she was able to move out was because I gave her a cash advance. I gave her $2,000 to put a security deposit at her new spot, and she really needed that. So from the beginning, I told her, I was like, look, if you need help moving anything, I'll come and help you. I know what it's like not having a male figure around. I'll hire a couple guys who will come in and help you load it up on a U-Haul, whatever you need. And that's one thing that in real estate we lose track of, is just there's a lot of personal touches that can really help the entire transaction be great. And I've realized recently that you want to do business with good people too, and your clients want to do business with good people, you know. So that's really how this all started. And yeah, we're closing on it hopefully first or second week of October. One thing with Sift is, you know, it allows me to filter out all the people that I've already spoken to. So if they tell me not interested or they tell me wrong number, then it doesn't mean there's not a lead in that list. It just means that I can filter those, the ones that won't serve a purpose, and I can find, you know, the people that I haven't talked to yet. And what I love about Sift is I can keep track of everything because it's so organized, you know, when I bought the list, when I actually spoke to the person, how many wrong numbers there were associated with that lead, how many campaigns I needed to do to be able to get in touch with the right person. So one thing that has helped me with Sift is just how much focus I can have in each marketing channel, because with SMS you can do a lot more bulk. And now that I have my cold callers, like I can have my cold callers dial like very niche lists. Sometimes they might call people that I started a conversation with in Smarter Contact, and maybe they didn't respond to me for whatever reason. I'll have my cold callers call them, and then I pick the conversation right back up. And it's not, in real estate, it's not that you won't get leads, it's that you don't know what to do with them or you lose them, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what I tell people all the time, is establish a process to be able to keep track of everything that you're doing.
Let's do a little tour.
Yeah, for sure. We'll start over here because this is the 2 additional bedrooms.
Okay.
But you know, I really liked it because of the flooring.
It is nice.
The flooring is really nice. You know, once it's cleaned up, this is gonna look 10 times better.
And what did you say the room in bed was again?
3 bedroom, 2 bathroom.
3 by 2. Okay.
So we've got 1 bedroom here.
Power.
Oh,
I got good light. I can see.
here.
I can see pretty good.
I think there was
That floor is nice. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but it's nice.
It's like marble or something.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
Fish tank? Was there any floating fish in there?
Maybe at one time. Yeah, so this is another bedroom, and then we got the bathroom right here in the hall, which is you know, relatively nice. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. What are you thinking based off of what you've seen so far? Do you have a rehab total potentially, or?
So these properties are great because you don't have to do much to them. Like people will buy them like after, you know, like, so sometimes, you know, people will try to say, you know, if I was to sell this to a buyer, they'll say, well, I got to put a new door down. No, you don't. Like you clean this up, you know, you replace, like, can you show this?
Yep.
Like, of course it looks ugly, but this costs like $2.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Lowe's at Home Depot, you buy that.
So is what you're saying, you know, sometimes you might get caught up in the amount of replacement you might have to do instead of just maybe touching up some stuff?
Yeah, and you know, for a lot of the new investors, they have a lot of analysis paralysis of like what things cost. Go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, see, you know, what some of these things cost. Like take pictures of them, or just go online. You can figure it out. And if a lot of the things that like that need to be done, you can do them yourself. Like it doesn't take a long time to replace all the switches out, and you don't have to be an electrician. Even a door, you can replace a door pretty easily. Lights and all of that. Even like fans, you can replace those pretty simple. But most of this, you know, for example, right here, this is where they had the TV hanging. You know, you fill this in and you paint over it, and it's a whole lot better, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of buyers that are more experienced will take advantage of newer investors because they know that they don't know that. They know they're ignorant to how much things cost. So the better informed you are, and you know, it's nice to be able to tag along with other investors that are doing what it is that you want to do.
Right. Yeah, everything seems pretty smooth in this bathroom.
This is the, you know, you got the his and hers, you got a nice tub, you got a stand-up shower too. You got the toilet in here in its own little, you know, bedroom, and then this closet over here is really nice.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can see that.
This is a nice walk-in closet.
Yeah.
You know, the women really love this.
Yeah.
A lot of it is cleanup. You know, this carpet, we wash it, and it'll be good.
What do you think the ARV will be?
Well, you know, with the market right now, maybe 360, and I got it for 290.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah, so, you know.
Like you're saying, it doesn't really need, you know, too much of extensive repairs.
The roof is new. AC is in pretty good shape.
Cool.
The floors, you know, they sell themselves.
Yeah, these floors are nice. I don't see any real scratches or anything around it.
No, you just can get them cleaned up. You know, maybe I can get them glazed a little bit, and they'll look brand new.
Can we check out the backyard?
Yeah, for sure. You know, replace this because these are barely hanging on. But you got no neighbors to the back, and you just got one neighbor on each side.
I like this, man.
Yeah, it's a cookie cutter Florida home.
Yeah. So this is what we call. I'm from Wisconsin. You're from out of state. I think this is what they call a Florida room. Yep.
Yeah, Florida room. Yeah, they call any room that is in excess a Florida room nowadays. But you know, the kitchen's really nice because it's like on its own little corner, but it's still, you know, in the living environment. So, you know, just whenever you're cooking or someone is cooking, you can easily say hello to them. You know, you feel like you really are still in the house, not in its own room.
Finish date.
Well, we'll probably end up selling it to a hedge fund.
Oh, cool.
You know, hedge funds are very active in this neighborhood. So, I mean, this is what they love, a block house with solid bones. That's a quick turnaround for them because this house would rent out for, oh man, I don't know. I'd have to look, but I think like $2,500 at least.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, everybody has their own criteria, right? But they pay the most. And especially when they're already in that neighborhood, they'll pay even more.
Right.
They're really trying to buy up all the neighborhoods now. But this one has some solar panels, which actually has been an issue because I got to figure out whether I need to remove them or if I'm going to be able to take over the lease or pay it off because solar companies are weird. You know, they, without going into too much, like some people can lease them out, but they're never really yours. Like the payoff is like 30, 40 years in the future from what I've understood. And getting a payoff from them can be kind of tough from what I'm coming to realize.
Right.
Yeah. And this is, you know, her husband's old car, which is in the estate. So once the probate's settled, you know, she can sell it.
One thing I noticed about you is, you know, sometimes in this space, people get really caught up in that guru mentality and they kind of lose their humanity. And
yeah.
I think, you know, just from the conversation we've had in the past hour of just getting to know each other, you know, you're keeping that humanity in it. And
yeah, for sure.
You know, through working with Tyler and REI Sift, you know, that's such a value of ours is to, you know, never get too big for your own britches and remember this is this is a job about helping people, and
Yeah.
it's cool to see that that you kind of carry that, and that's why we wanted to get you on camera. Tyler even mentioned that to me. He's like, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a nice guy. He utilizes our product, and you seem to really like
Yeah,
it. And,
I love it, man.
We're really happy that we got to link up with you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, it's nice to show people like you can have all the tools, but if you don't work your ass off, if you don't put the right intention behind the conversations, you're not gonna get anywhere. And it's as simple as making the phone call. It's as simple as say, can I go look at it today? Like, you know, a lot of people think that you have to build this big company to make a lot of money. With REI Sift, you can run a very skinny operation. My expenses are no more than $3,500 a month, and I have 3 VAs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so what does that tell you? Like, I can afford to leave my house and come look at it, and then, you know, lock it up eventually. And you know, Tyler's quote like lives forever in my brain. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And if I can come in here and talk to the seller the same way that I did through text messaging, they're gonna feel like, okay, this guy is the same person he was through text messaging, you know? This guy's the same person he was on the phone. So this means that this guy's gonna do everything he says he will. And that alone will let people sell you their house at a lower discount if they were gonna sell it to someone else, like a competitor.
Right.
You know, they'd rather do business with someone they can trust. And REI Sift just allows me to speak to more people. Like, why do people waste so much time talking to this person that's already said I'm not interested, or this is the wrong number? It wastes time, it wastes money. You know, REI Sift was just a tool that I was missing for a while. And man, I think since I started using it, it's like been like $500,000 in profit, you know?
Yeah.
In,
That's awesome.
in a little over a year. It's
Yeah.
like
That's crazy.
mind blowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But even once again, it's just like, it's full circle. Just be a good person, put the right intention behind the systems and the processes and the conversations and everything else, you know, it unravels. And just be patient too. A lot of people, you know, they see the success stories and they're like, all right, I can do this, I'm gonna get a deal in a month and I'm gonna make $30,000, $50,000. You might get a deal, it might only be $5,000, and then you're gonna be mad. You know what I mean? And you just have to make sure that you're patient and you're in this to help people, not for the money. The money is very secondary to it. You know, if I was making $1,000 on this, I would be just as proud as if I was making $50,000 on this.
Yeah, you helped a lady in a tough time of her life.
Yeah.
Transition smooth.
Yeah.
It helped you a little bit, but more so than that, you're helping someone out. That's
Exactly.
the big thing. And I don't typically do this, but one thing that he mentioned, you know, is keeping lean operations. You know, at REI Sift, that's something that we really specialize in. You know, we say it a million times, lowering overhead, increasing that profit. He said his overhead's about $3,500 a month. Now, he has a pretty, you know, relatively large operation. You heard the numbers, but, you know, we got guys and gals in our system that are 800, less than 1,000, right at $1,000 a month, you know, and they're doing damn near 6 figures. So it just goes to show that, you know, with a little more focus on your niche-based markets and stuff like that, you know, you really can narrow down that overhead. And, you know, maybe if you're on the fence about starting a real estate company, you know, maybe it makes you feel more comfortable with, hey, you know, maybe I might be able to do this. I might be able to start this. And, you know, that's something that we really want to make known in the community is that, you know, this can be done with pretty much anybody, you know. Just check out our stuff, you know. This guy's a great example. Reach out to him in the mastermind community.
Yeah.
On socials. I'll put all his stuff right here on the bottom or in the description. And I just want to say thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks for
you.
having me, man.
Appreciate you joining us. So we'll see you guys in the next one.